Have you ever wished that you had a master floral designer that you could have stand beside you step by step and teach you the process of floral design? My name is Kirby Holt. I'm a master floral designer with more than 25 years of experience in the business, and I want to show you step by step how to create beautiful floral designs with the kits from myfloraldesign.com. I hope you enjoy this video and this series. Hello, thank you for joining me again for another demonstration of floral design on myfloraldesign.com. I have a beautiful, just little planter of wild cosmos and grass that we're going to use this pretty garden urn. Very simple arrangement, also very effective. I'm going to take my clippers and just cut this cosmos bush apart. Cosmos is just the name of a little wildflower. You can see that it has that little center much like a daisy or a poppy, and refreshing little wildflower that works great in so many different decorating applications. I recommend that you have a good pair of wire cutters so that you can cut the stems away from the bottom of the bush. There were 5 of these, so I made those 5 cuts. I'm going to place one right in the center of the arrangement, and then I'm going to place the other 4 around it and just kind of fill it in and make it look like it's growing right out of the planter, as if you had planted a cosmos bush in here and just let it bloom. This is a great way to add just a little spot of color to a room. You know, we don't often decorate a room with a lot of pink or a lot of red, but just a little spot of color in the right place can really bring a room to life. And this is one of those arrangements that you can do that way. And because it is a very simplistic, very easy arrangement, almost like just a little garden of wildflowers that are growing without even being tended, this is the effect that you get from that. So that's all of those 5 stems that are placed in, and I'm just going to keep working the wire inside those stems until I get them kind of placed where I want them. I don't want them too fixed. I want them to almost look like they're just doing their own little thing, growing wild out in the field. Have a couple of blooms that are placed low, and that brings a little bit of depth and lets the eye just kind of lead down into the arrangement also. Now, the second thing that I'll do to this is cut apart this bush of grass, and this grass they've got placed right down to the very bottom of each one of these stems. So I'm going to just try to put my hands in there. I'm going to move this back so you can make sure you're seeing exactly what I'm doing. Pulling those back and creating a little bit of space between the very bottom of this wire and the stem that I'm cutting it off of. And in doing that, I am able to cut those apart without losing my grass, and also give me just a little bit of a leader that kind of can push into the styrofoam with. Now, because this is so short, I'm putting just a little dab of hot glue, and I use my melt my glue in a little fry skillet here, but you could just use your glue gun and put just a little dab of hot glue right on the tip of that, just like I've done here, and you can see that that glue is kind of shiny, and when I put it in there, you can hear it. We'll let that just set for a minute. The heat will cool, and the glue will set, and then we'll come back and kind of work that grass just a little bit, try to get a more natural look with it. This is our 3rd one out of 4. Just a little dab of the glue. And I'm placing these kind of to the outside. I'm not going up in. I'm to the arrangement. Now this one has a couple of little spacers at the bottom. I'm taking those spacers off, and that's leaving me a nice stem to insert with, so it doesn't necessarily have to have glue on that one, because I can easily get that into the styrofoam underneath there. Now once I've gotten that placed, I can take my hands and just kind of curl that grass. Or you could also take the back side of a knife. If you're going to use a knife, be sure and do it gently. If you pull too hard with it, it's easy to break those little pieces of grass. But by doing these, we can just get a little bit of a curve, because generally grass is going to lean over and bend and get just a curve to it. So in doing this little bit of working, manipulating that, I can get it to get a more natural look. But you can see that's a very, very simple arrangement. This is a great arrangement. Maybe even if you were doing it with a student, this might be a good one to start with, because it's very, very simple and easy to get a wonderful finished product that looks the way it's supposed to look without being difficult. I hope you like this one. I think it's a great arrangement that could be used in a lot of different places. Thank you for joining me today for another episode on myfloraldesign.com. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I encourage you to browse the library of arrangements and videos on our website, myfloraldesign.com.